Hello everybody, it's Lazel here with another Magic the Gathering video. Today I want to talk about my personal favorite goblin and how I would play him in EDH. Today we are talking about Zada Hedron Grinder. He is a free generic 1 red free goblin ally legendary creature and says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets only Zada Hedron Grinder, copy that spell for each other creature you control that the spell could target. Each copy targets a different one of those creatures. So the whole idea of the deck is winning by flooding the board with a lot of goblin tokens and then pumping them up with different instant and sorcery spells, which will be copied by Zada Hedron Grinder. So we are going to win, for example, by playing Run Amok. Target attacking creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample until end of turn. Or for example, Brute Force. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Fist of Flames is great in this deck. Draw a card. Until end of turn, target creature gains trample and gets +1/+0 for each card you've drawn this turn. Followed by Ancestral Anger. Target creature gains trample and gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is 1 plus the number of cards named Ancestral Anger in your graveyard. Draw a card. In addition to that, we also got Timor Battle Rage. Target creature gains double strike until end of turn, and with its ferocious ability it says target creature also gains trample until end of turn if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. Last but not least, if you haven't had enough of any of those spells, just copy them with Twin Inferno or use its second ability to target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn. When your opponents see that you're playing Zada Hedron Grinder, they know what's about to come. So first of all, we gotta build a nice board with a lot of tokens. For example, with Goblin Assault, a free mana enchantment that says at the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token with haste. Goblin creatures attack each turn if able. One of my personal favorites is Goblin Slide. Enchantment, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay 1 generic. If you do, put a red goblin creature token with haste onto the battlefield. Now we need some non-creature spells. Let's follow it up with Kranko's Command. Create 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens. Or also Dragon Fodder. Create 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens. Empty the Warrens. If you can cast this one after you have already cast a few spells, you are good to go. Create 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens, and it also has Storm on it. Hortling Outburst, also a great sorcery that says create 3 1/1 red goblin creature tokens. Of course, you cannot always rely just on non-creature spells. You can also just play Kranko Mob Boss, who on his tap ability creates X 1/1 red goblin creature tokens, where X is the number of goblins you control. If you have the window to be a little bit more aggressive, just play Kranko Tin Street Kingpin. Whenever Kranko Tin Street Kingpin attacks, put a 1/1 counter on it, then create a number of 1/1 red goblin creature tokens equal to Kranko's power. As I've said earlier, your opponents will know what's about to come, so we better protect Zada Hedron Grinder with cards like, for example, Swiftfoot Boots that give it hexproof, or for example, Commander's Plate. Equipped creature gets +3/+3 and has protection from each color that's not in your commander's color identity. Some of our cards care about how many cards we've drawn this turn, so don't worry, we got enough card draw in this deck. Expedite, 1 red instant, target creature gains haste until end of turn and you draw a card. Accelerate, kinda like the same, 2 mana, instant, target creature gains haste until end of turn and you draw a card. These cards are great because always remember you copy it for each creature that you control on the battlefield if you target Zada, and so you get a lot of cards in one turn. You want something consistent on the field, just play Idol of Oblivion, 2 mana artifact, and with its first tap ability, draw a card. Activate only if you created a token this turn. And for 8 mana tap and sacrifice it, create a 10/10 colorless Eldrazi creature token. When your opponents see that the board is being flooded with goblins, the board wipe is about to come, so better have some reaction to it. We are in red, so we don't typically can protect our board, but what we can still do is at least fling all of those creatures that would be about to die to our opponent's face that casted the board wipe. You're afraid of not having enough mana to resolve all of those spells? Don't worry, we play Stormkiln Artist with Magecraft on it. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, create a treasure token, so this also counts for all of the copies that Zada is about to create. Battle Hymn, great card. 2 mana instant, add 1 red to your mana pool for each creature you control. And last but not least, Brightstone Ritual, 1 mana instant, add 1 red to your mana pool for each goblin in play. Your opponent built a pretty strong defense line which you cannot get past that easily. Just play Gravitic Punch, 4 mana sorcery. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target player. Just pump up your creature's first main phase and fling all of the damage at your opponent's place. And the great thing about it has jump starts. So you can cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a card and then you get that same fling again. Or in another instance, play Soulsfire. 3 mana instant. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to any target. This fits in so many situations and you can simply react to your opponents. You want to win more? You get it. We got Impact Tremors, 2 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, Impact Tremors deals 1 damage to each opponent. We also play Mechanized Warfare, 3 mana enchantment. If a red or artifact source you control would deal damage to an opponent or permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 1. One of my favorite cards is Psychosis Crawler. Remember how many cards we are about to draw with this commander? Psychosis Crawler's power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your hand. And whenever you draw a card, each opponent loses 1 life. You're still looking at Impact Tremors? No worries, we got Perforos, God of the Forge. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Perforos deals 2 damage to each opponent. Remember all those treasure tokens from Stormcane Artist? Just sacrifice them to generate a lot of mana and dump it into either Crackle with power, or if you have a blue player on the field, into Banefire to immediately pump this player out of the game. And if you want to go completely crazy, just play Display of Power. This spell can't be copied. Copy any number of target instant and or sorcery spells. You may choose new targets for the copies. If you have once built your huge stack with Zada Hedron Grinder's ability, just copy all of those spells again and target Zada with them to get a bunch of new triggers. Alright guys, these were a few ideas of mine of how I would play Zada Hedron Grinder. If you still have any cards to add to this deck list, just let us know down in the comments below. If you want me to feature any commander of your choice, just let me know down in the comments below, and then I would say see you in the next video. Goodbye guys!